are we ever going to see Wally again? And I'm not talking about some mind illusion, but is Wally ever coming back? That is a question we're going to try to answer today. I mean, obviously, we don't know, but what do we think?
Okay, so honestly, I first said no.
Oh, yeah?
After the ending of season 2, at first I thought he wouldn't come back because I felt like, if I remember something about the creators or something, they said something along the lines that they don't want to bring certain people dead. And I remember one of the writers saying that Wally's never going to come back. But after seeing what's changes that have been going on with season 3, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe he comes back at like some final thing, comes from the Speed Force, comes back and helps them, and then dies. So,
Oh, man, he can't come back and then die again. That's messed up.
Or maybe because they teased the Legion of Superheroes at the end of
They did. That's true.
So maybe he's going to be in that future timeline or something. I don't know.
Yeah, you just reminded me of that. They did tease. But yeah, as far as Wally, I think he's going to come back. I was kind of hesitant, like, say, like, the first half of season 3 that maybe he was, like, going to stay dead. But then now, like, this half, season 3, they kind of referenced him a lot. And I think that they are doing that on purpose. With the whole, like, issue with Zatanna and Artemis, where she was like, yeah, I just, like, made it so that it was her imagination. I didn't actually bring him back from the dead. Which means that, like, this was the thing that would have confirmed if he was dead or not. And they intentionally made it so that he is not dead. So, or at least it was like something that Zatanna didn't want to do. But I think that it was kind of to keep that door open of bringing Wally back, which I would love if they bring Wally back, as long as they like fix everything else in the show. But yeah.
Yeah, the issue for this season of not bringing him back is that he was not necessary. Like, they already had so much going on and they didn't really focus on the original cast. So it was like bringing him back.
Yeah, they would
really
have brought him back to put him where they put Calder and
yeah. So if they bring him back, they really need to like either up the stakes or change something where it makes sense. Because without the original cast being important in the story, it doesn't really make sense to bring Wally back.
Yeah.
That's where the connection lies. That's where Wally belongs. So I don't know. They've kind of deviated a lot farther away from that. So it's really difficult to say.
Yeah, and that kind of goes back to my thing where, as much as I like Wally, I really don't feel like he needs to be back. To be honest, like
I want him to come back though.
I mean, I enjoy him. Like it's like how do I describe it? It's like that employee where it's like, you know that you don't like, you like him, like his personality's cool and everything, he's such a cool person, but then at the same time you already have a position filled. So it's like with Wally, I just feel that, especially with this season, especially what they did with this season, like it was cool seeing him, but like literally that episode, I don't know what that episode with him and or the Artemis episode, that whole thing with him, it just seemed like they're playing, like they keep on fan servicing, oh Wally, and it kind of ruins that for me. Like, I felt like if they didn't have that episode, or at least that part or that moment or that story in that episode, I would have feel more better. Because I felt like that thing that happened with Dick, where when Nightwing was seeing Wally and then Artemis says, I miss him too. Like, that could have just been a good, character
good nod.
thing. Good nod. But for it to have another episode where they dedicate all Wally thing, and it's just...
that felt like a conclusive, like, we're not bringing Wally back, almost.
Yeah, but then I think, it kind of just brought more confusion into it when Zatanna was like, oh yeah, this was
it was all part of her mind,
Yeah.
If it wasn't, then for sure he would stay dead. But now, there's definitely a chance for him to come back. I want him to come back for the sake of just, like, because I like the character, And I don't feel like the way he died was, I don't know, I just... When it happened, remembering back when it happened, I was like, "What? Are you serious?" Like,
yes. Oh my god.
Like he deserves more, is what I'm trying to say. And if they bring him back, I really, really want him to be essential to the story. Mm-hmm. So I hope they do it right. if they do it, you know.
I think
If I were to make a guess, I would say yes, he would come back.
I think yes too as well.
Yeah, I would estimate they'll have to bring him back some way. But I was thinking one thing they can do is like we don't know. Maybe they use Wally as Flashpoint, so maybe he went to a different timeline or something, and then they realize that there's like a different.
That would be pretty amazing, actually.
And he realizes that the only way to get back to his other timeline is like they have to work together.
There was like a Flashpoint timeline happening at the exact same time, and then they revealed that, and then there's like a Crisis on Infinite Earth combination and some. I don't know. That would be crazy.